I'm gonna be driving all the way to South Carolina for Southeast Game Exchange. I'm gonna be stopping by every major destination for game hunting. The whole entire trip is gonna be about 30 days. And there is one little catch. Whatever is the absolute best pickup I get on this entire trip, I will be giving that game away at the very end. In every single video of this series, there's gonna be a little clue, a little hint. So if you pay attention to every video, you're gonna be able to get that game for free. My name is Ryan Kane. We'll call this the Kane Come Up American Trip, the CCAT. All right, guys, it is day 24. I'm here in the Houston area. This is the first pawn shop entering into this area. Gonna see what's going on. My friend Keith has told me before that the whole Houston area is absolutely loaded with games, so we'll see if he's telling the truth on that. For now, we're gonna stop by our first Cash America. Okay, well, looks like we got some decent stuff. All right, decent little start. Ended up picking up The Witcher 3 Complete on PS4. Good old Skyrim. I don't think I've picked up Skyrim on PS4 in like over a week now, so nice to see it again. Good old Duck Dynasty and Shadow of the Colossus. They also did have Stardew Valley on the PS4 there, but unfortunately they got swindled a bit because it only had the music soundtrack in it, not the actual game itself. But regardless, the four of those for 27 bucks, not too bad. Oh, okay, I think we're gonna try this place out. Haven't seen that in a while. Okay, that ended up working out. 25 cents for some of the 360 games, which is awesome. I haven't seen that in a while. Ended up getting everything here for $1. GTA 4 and NHL 14 are going to double mint. I will get $8 back on that. So essentially I got paid $7 to have the Saints Row double pack and this loose disc of Ultimate Alliance. I just picked this out because I needed to get something to pay an even dollar. So not bad at all. All right, time to check out the bitter rivals. Looks like maybe consoles only. Never mind. All right, that was decent enough. They ended up doing $11 for the two of these, so not too bad. Decent stuff in there, but unfortunately they had to look everything up on the computer, which usually I don't really care, but when they take 20 minutes to do so, yeah, not great. We'll keep moving on. What are the chances there's gonna be some gold in here? Okay, that was pretty decent, squeezing blood from a stone out here. Ended up picking up Rust on Xbox One, Forza Horizon 3, good old Mass Effect Andromeda, and 2K15. I originally was not gonna get that 2K14 because the artwork on it is pretty badly sun-faded, but it turns out the loose disc for this is actually going for like almost 20 bucks on eBay. So I got everything here for $27, but these two games to double mint is gonna get me $11 back. So I basically got these three here for $16, so not bad at all. Consoles only. Nothing too crazy. Like most pawn shops, I would have got more, but some of the top scratches on those discs were unbelievable. Minecraft on PS4, The Stick of Truth, and The Witcher 3 Complete. Three of those for 25 bucks out the door. Not too bad. All right, I got some front row parking to get easied on. But before we get into that, I gotta mention today's video sponsor, Double Mint Games. Double Mint is looking to make selling games as easy as possible. They've recently just revamped their website, and they're offering super competitive prices on games from pretty much every single generation. Personally, I've done thousands of dollars worth of business with them, and they've always treated me very fairly. If you guys are looking to sell games you find in the wild, or if you're just looking to sell games from your collection that you don't want anymore or heck, even sell your entire collection. I recommend hitting up Doublemint Games. Check out their website. There's a link down in the description. All right, back to the video. That worked out. I ended up picking up a loose disc of Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. I initially asked them if they could do $5 out the door. They said, no, we could probably only do $5 plus tax. And I said, okay. Well, how about $4.50 plus tax? And they said, okay, we can try and see if that works. And it ended up working. So I got it for $5 out the door. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call the easy shuffle. Nothing but absolute grails. Bruh. No way. Is it? And it's got the manual? That's actually awesome. Okay, well, it's definitely the most colorful pickup of the day. PS1 games, 360 games, Switch games, PS4 games, definitely varied. Everything here was $70, which is already a great deal. Once I send these 3 off the Doublemint Games, I'm getting, I probably should have calculated that first. $48 back with these 3. So then the rest of these will have cost $22, which is not bad at all. Especially because I got Keith Courage's favorite game right here. Well, right across the street, there's another Cash America right here. We'll see if they're decent. Decent games, but just a little bit too much. Okay, been having a little bit of a dry spell. There's no shortage of pawn shops here in the Houston area, so I'm gonna hit a bunch of them real quick, and if I find anything cool, I will cut to it right now. Yeah, I bought a lot of crap. I went to one pawn shop, they had Ace Combat 7, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, and Tiger Woods PGA 13. This is going to Doublemint. They're paying me $4 for that, and it was $14 for everything, so basically got these for $5 each, which isn't too bad. Then I went to another pawn shop that just had a bunch of 5 for $3 bundles. And I just asked them, hey, if I took all of them, what could you do? And I paid $30 for everything here. There are a few decent titles in here, and then the rest of it I'm just gonna be trading in. $30 for all this. I expect to get like $100 back. So realistically, it's probably like 120, 150 in like total value or something like that. Kind of hard to calculate, but I think that's pretty fair for what's here. I'm gonna start moving more towards the west, and there are a ton of easy pawns in a row. So I am gonna hit them all hard, and if there's anything good, I will go ahead and cut to now. Okay, so I ended up getting a decent little stack here. Just got out of this Cash America here, and actually from here, ended up picking up another loose disc of Fable 2, the Platinum Hits Edition, and Just Dance, or not Just Dance, Dance Central 3. The 2 of those for $2, but Doublemint buys Dance Central 3 for $7, so really, I got paid $5 to have this, so not too bad there. And then from another pawn shop, ended up getting a loose disc of A Way Out, loose disc of It Takes Two, Skylanders Trap Team, Bleach Soul Resurrection, not one you usually see at a pawn shop, 2K16, 2K15, Skylanders Superchargers, and Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. I guess once I send off the 2 2Ks and the 2 Skylanders, it'd be as if I paid $10 for the Skylanders Superchargers, the 2 PS4 discs, and Bleach Soul Resurrection, so not a bad deal at all there. And then from another pawn shop, I ended up getting Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, 2K14, which is pretty sun-faded on the side, so I'm gonna have to sell it on eBay, but still, even getting this cheap is still worth it. And Iron Man, got the 3 of those for $20. And then from another pawn shop, I ended up getting Sparking Zero, Last of Us Part 2 on PS5, Minecraft, and Gran Turismo 7, all of that for $34. So not bad at all. I wasn't expecting to get PS5 games that cheap, so that was cool. I'm kind of done with the pawn shops for now. I'm gonna head to a local Paymore and see if I can get any good deals there. All right, good old Paymore. Let's see what they got. Well, that was unfortunate. See, typically Paymores will have a dedicated wall for budget games, and they'll do a deal usually, like most Paymores are usually 6 games for $20 or $5 each. But sometimes they're a little different. I've been to some Paymores where they'll do like 12 games for $20 or something like that. I asked them like, oh, how much are the games on the wall? They said, oh, well, they're all individual. I said, oh, okay, well, you guys don't do like a 6 for 20 or any deal like that? And they said, oh, well, we usually do 4 for 20. So, okay, 4 for 20, that's $5 each, not as good as 6 for 20, but whatever, you know, there might be some deals. But then they said, oh, but anything that has a barcode on it, that's just individually priced. And dude, like half the games on the wall were barcoded. So they basically just like were being lazy and didn't organize their games, because usually they'll have like a separate section where they put all the individual stuff, but they just didn't do that here. So that sucked. Oh yeah, and all those Pokemon games were double price starting. Okay, now I'm gonna hit 2 final pawn shops here in the Houston area, and then I'm gonna be done here for the day. Okay, that last pawn shop had games a little too much, but we'll see what this easy pawn has to offer. Hopefully we can end it on a banger. All right, that was a easy way to end it off. I almost didn't catch these. I didn't see the Switch games at first. I thought they only had those 2 Xbox games, but they ended up telling me, hey, check out these Switch games. $8 each for Mario Party Superstars, Pokemon Shining Pearl, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So after tax, it was 26 bucks. It's really not a bad deal at all. With that, that's gonna do it for me in Houston. I'm gonna start making my way towards Austin. You might see someone familiar on the next part. And then I'll be going to Classic Game Fest in Austin after that. So I'll see you guys next time.